everyone. So today we are going to be doing another review of a Sheglam makeup collection. I swear they have been going crazy lately with all their collections. I feel like I just can't keep up. It was only like, what, 2 or 3 weeks ago that we did the Cosmic Come Up collection, and they have done it again, and this time it is Care Bears. I have to say, growing up, I was not the biggest Care Bears fan, but I definitely did have a Care Bear that my brother and I shared, and when I saw that this was their next collection, I was like, oh, that's so cute. I remember my Care Bears, and it's definitely a very nostalgic thing, especially if you grew up like in the 80s or the 90s. Care Bears were definitely the it thing then. So I've got the whole collection to share with you guys. We're going to go through all of the products. I'm going to let you know what I think about these products, what I recommend, and what I would say to skip on. And really quickly, if you do enjoy my videos, please leave a like or a comment. It really helps with the engagement of my videos and helps push those out to new audience members. So if you enjoy my videos, just take a quick second and hit the like button. Also, let's do like a little question of the video. Let me know if you guys had Care Bears. What Care Bear did you have growing up? It was actually my brother's, but we shared it, and we had the Champ Bear, and I guess I was looking it up just a little bit ago just to like refresh my memory, and I guess now Champ Bear is like a bluish kind of color, like a royal blue navy color. That was totally not the bear that I had growing up. We had, I think it was the one definitely from the 80s, because it was like a tan colored Champ Bear, and he had a little trophy on his little belly badge. Here is a picture of what the one looked like that we had. This wasn't my exact one, but I was able to find a picture online, and it just kind of brought back all these memories, and we kind of fought over that Care Bear all the time. But to be fair, it was definitely his bear, but he would let me play with it sometimes. I love the collector box of this. It is so cute. It's very kind of like simplistic, but I think it's still so cute, and I love the pink color, of course. So let's get into this, and I will show you guys all of the products that are included in here. So you can get the full collection for $54.99, or you can buy products individually if you don't want the whole collection. So starting off with the first product, this is actually the free gift from the collection. Now you cannot purchase this individually, so if you want this, the only way to get it is to get the full collection. So this is the cute little mirror. It is a fuzzy little Care Bear mirror. It's very cute, and then this is what the front of it looks like. The only thing is with how they did it, it's kind of like a little hood for the mirror, but it doesn't leave you a whole lot of space to use the actual mirror itself. So it's kind of, you know, a little bit of a smaller mirror, but it's definitely very cute, especially if you want it more for like a collector's type of thing. But it is the free gift, so unfortunately you cannot buy this individually. And if you're wondering what it looks like if you take it out of the little sleeve, it is just a plain pink hand mirror, so it's definitely more usable on its own, but honestly then it wouldn't really be Care Bear, now would it? And next, moving on to the blushes. Now these are so adorable. I know I say adorable a lot in my videos, but you guys, honestly, what collection warrants me using the word adorable more than the Care Bear collection? So there are 3 different blushes in this collection. So you can get the blushes individually for $5.49 a piece. There are 3 different colors. So the first one is this kind of like peachy orange color blush, and it has the little Care Bear logo embossed in there. There's no mirror in here, but it is a very good size blush, I would say, and I love that it's like a little heart shape. I think that's adorable. This one is called Thrill Seeker. I would not have thought that was the name. There aren't any names or ingredients posted on the palette itself for obvious reasons, but there are little ingredient cards in the box with it. So if you have any questions on that, you can always look at that. But I wish they would have put the names on here somewhere, even on the inside, just so I, you know for quick reference what the color is. Next, there is a pink one. This one is definitely a bright, cool toned, baby pinkish fuchsia kind of color. This one is called Fabulous. And then we have a bit more of a darker color here. This one is more of like a brick kind of deep mauvey rosy kind of color. This one is called Tickled Pink. I kind of feel like I would have swapped the last 2 names. I feel like the other one should have been Tickled Pink. I think this would definitely be suited better for deeper skin tones, like medium to deep. So I like that they included a little bit more of a range of blushes. I feel like they probably could have even still gone a little bit darker, but I think it's better than just having 3 super light color blushes. And let me tell you guys, these blushes are pigmented. Here are some swatches of these on my hand. You can definitely tell that these are very pigmented, and they are all matte colors. And in my opinion, I would not be surprised at all if the actual blushes are the same formula as their matte eyeshadow formulas, because they seem very, very similar in my opinion with the texture of them, the consistency of them, how they blend. But I definitely would say be careful applying these, because even though they're pigmented, I found that they tended to want to stick right where you put them. So here's a little bit of an application clip of me applying some of these blushes today, and you'll know a little bit more of what I mean. Woo, these are very, very powdery, so be careful when dipping into these, because I just kicked up a huge mess. All right, so let's apply this to the cheek. Definitely very pigmented. Definitely very pigmented. The only thing is I can't, kind of seems like it takes a little bit of blending, because it kind of just wants to sit right where I put it. You just want to be very careful with where you initially place it, because it does seem that once you kind of stick it, it doesn't want to blend super, super well. So just, I would say go in with a very light hand at first and then build it up. Don't try to go too much at once. So that is the peach color here. Let's do the pink on the other side just for fun. Okay, this time I'm not going to dip in quite as much. Oh, even one little dip just created so much powder in here. So definitely be careful. Again, I'm only going to take a little bit at a time, and I want to try to build the color up rather than just have a big pink streak right where I first put it. All right, and then this is how the pink looks. I feel like it's looking a little more intense on camera than it is in real life, but it is a bit of a pink intense kind of blush, so definitely go a little bit on the light hand with this one. So as far as these two colors go, these are what they look like. I'm going to kind of like now put some orange over here and some pink over here just to kind of make them even out a bit. So overall, I would definitely say apply these with more of a lighter hand and build up the color, because you don't want to have too much color in one spot and then have trouble with actually blending it out. So they're not my favorite blushes ever, but I definitely think they're extremely adorable from the packaging, and they're definitely not the worst blush ever because they are definitely pigmented. I think for the price of them, for $5.49 a piece, is a very fair, affordable price. So if these colors really speak to you and the packaging really gets you, I could say you could take it or leave it. Overall, I think that if you are a big Care Bear fan and you want it more for the packaging, I would say it's probably a little bit more warranted. But the blushes, however, are not that special, so definitely keep that in mind if the packaging really isn't what's drawing you to it. I wouldn't say the blush is anything you must run out and get. So next up we have the actual eyeshadow palette itself. Again, we've got more of that fluffy fur all over the place. It's very cute. I love that it's pink. I thought it was very, very cute. And then this is what the inside of the palette looks like. Again, we do not have a mirror here. I always prefer if there was a mirror, or at least if you're not going to do a mirror, do like a really fun kind of like pattern or something on the inside just to make it a little bit more complete feeling, but that's neither here nor there. You can get the palette for $9.99 individually, and there are 12 eyeshadow colors in here. You do get 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say 5 shimmer colors. One of them is more of like a matte finish with little shimmer particles in it, and then the other 4 are more like a topper shadow, and then that leaves you with 7 matte shadows. So overall, I really like the colors of this palette. I feel like it really kind of fits the whole Care Bear theme, and I intended with my makeup look to kind of really go for a different kind of Care Bear themed look, but somehow as I was doing my makeup, I ended up with a little bit more of like an everyday kind of look for me. I feel like if I had used the blue or the purple or the green, it might have gotten to like a little bit more Care Bear vibes. So I intended to kind of go out there with my makeup, but somehow I ended up with an everyday kind of peachy pinky kind of look. So I feel like I probably could have done a better look to kind of more encapsulate the vibes of the Care Bear look. This is just what I ended up with today. I don't really plan my looks out, so if you want to know how I did this look, we'll do a really super quick tutorial. And first off, I'm going to be applying an eyeshadow primer to my lids. So starting off, I think I want to use this color here. This one is called Make Me Smile. It's a bit of a matte, almost like a corally kind of peachy color. I'm going to start by taking that on my fluffy brush and applying that to the crease. That is definitely a bright pigmented color. Next, using this other pink color here at the top, it's another matte color. It's slightly more of a cool toned pink. It's called Belly Badge. And I'm going to pick that up with a smaller brush, it actually looks a little bit lighter. Now just for fun, I'm going to take the orange color here. This one is called Friendship Counts. So let's put a little bit of this on the outer portion of the lid. Let's take a little bit more of that orange and apply it on the lower lash line. I'm going to keep it more towards the inner half of my eye. Next, taking that matte dark brown down here, this one is called Tender Heart. I'm going to take that with a smaller, more detailed kind of pencil brush. I want to pick up just a little bit of that and run that on the lower outer portion of my lower lash line. And then I also want to take just a little bit of that up onto the crease and blend that out on the top portion of my lid. So I'm going to take this color down here, and this color is called Shine On. And I'm just going to apply this to my lid here. Then taking this other shimmer color here, this one's called Lovable Grump. This one is almost a little bit of like an ombre shadow. So I'm just gonna pick some of that up and apply that as the inner corner highlight. So overall, my thoughts on this palette, this is definitely not my favorite of any of the Sheglam palettes. If you watched my last collection, the Cosmic Come Up, that palette is by far my favorite of all the Sheglam palettes I've tried to date. This one definitely doesn't come close to it. The colors are cute and fun, and I feel like they fit the theme. However, I really wish not all of the shimmers were that topper shimmer type of formula, because there's not really much color to, like this green one here that's called Night Owl. This one is just not much color at all. I don't know if you can see this really, but it's just a little bit of hint of that green, but I wish it would have had a little bit more color to it. And especially with these two down here being, again, more of those topper kind of shadows, it doesn't look that different from the top one here. And again, the mattes, as usual, like I always say, the Sheglam mattes are not my favorite. They remind me of like a chalk pastel type of formula, and I find that if you try to layer too many colors on top of each other, they just do not blend in very well, and they just kind of go really muddy. So it's definitely one of the formulas that are not my favorite as far as the mattes go. And as far as the entire palette, this is just wasn't for me. Unless you are a super like Care Bear fan, as far as this palette goes, I would say skip on it. It wasn't, in my opinion, worth $10. Next, moving on, we have the eyeliners. So this, I have to say, is probably like one of the cutest packaging ever I've seen for our eyeliners. They're so fuzzy and cute. I don't know why, it just like reminds me of like early 2000 toys and stuff like that, but it's so fun. There are 3 different colors of these. You can get these individually for $3.99 a piece, and you have a green color here. This one is called Lucky Day. There is a white one called True Heart, and the purple one is called Sweet as Sugar. All right, let's go with the purple. I feel like that's going to be the least offensive, and it is a bit more of like a darker kind of purple, so let's just go with it. I don't know what we're going to end up with here. So that is how the purple eyeliner looks. I really don't know, you guys. I really don't know how I'm feeling about this. Then we've got this dark green. I'm kind of just gonna line it, do like a double liner. You know, this green is actually a lot darker than I would have expected. And my problem with white eyeliners is no matter what you do, the tip is always gonna get dirty. All right, I'm gonna finish off this eye look, figure out something to do to make this look a little bit more wearable. I was actually not that impressed with these. Number one, the colors were just a little bit different than what I was expecting. So this green one, I thought it was gonna be more of like this really bright lime green or like a pastel-y minty type of green, but it's actually a bit more of like a dark grassy green. It's just a little bit darker than what I would have expected for this. It's just, I don't know, it seems a little bit too dark for the Care Bear collection. Same thing with the purple. Again, I would have expected more of like a light, bright lavendery kind of shade, but again, it's a little bit more just deep and dark and kind of dull. And then the white, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I'm not that big of a fan of white eyeliners in general. I did try to use it a little bit today, kind of like on the outer portion of my wing. I did try all of these colors on my eyes, and I don't know if it was just the eyeshadow look that I did today that it just wasn't really working with. I ended up covering it up with just black eyeliner, and I left a little bit of that white. But I wasn't that impressed with these eyeliners, unfortunately. I think the packaging of them was so cute and really fun, but the colors were just not quite what I would have expected. I feel like it would have been nice if they had done, like I said, done that like light minty kind of green and then like maybe a pale blue, like baby blue kind of color, or like a pink. I don't know, these kind of fell flat for me, and especially for $3.99 a piece, I would not buy these at all. Colors just weren't it for me, and unfortunately I just didn't care for those too much. Next up, we have the lip product set. So it comes in a little pouch like this, and when you unzip it, it has the 3 lip products in here, and you get 2 liquid lipsticks and 1 lip gloss, and you can get this individually for $10.99. So that does make it the most expensive product individually out of this whole collection. And then as far as the 3 lip colors go, I'm kind of surprised at the color selection that they chose, especially since one of the colors is like a clear lip gloss with a gold glitter to it. I thought that was fine, but then on the 2 liquid lipsticks, I found that the colors are so similar. I'm not sure why they decided to do those 2 colors. I feel like they totally should have picked one of them and then done like a bright pink kind of color. Honestly, I feel like they could have gotten rid of one of these colors and done a bright pink, and it would have added a lot more variety to the look, because these 2 colors, you guys, are so similar. So I will show you guys what these look like swatched on my lips so you can really see the color differences, or not differences in my opinion. So this is what Get Your Shine On looks like. Obviously, it's really just a clear lip gloss with a golden shimmer to it. And I can't be quite sure, but it smells like it has a little bit of like a florally type of scent to it. I've never really had like a florally lip product before, so that's definitely different. I can smell it a little bit on my lips, but I'm also a little congested at the moment as well. So this is the color Perfect Harmony. I have to say, I think I actually really like this color. I'm typically not into these kind of like bright corally colors, but something about this look and this color, I'm actually really liking it. Okay, and this is the color Love A Lot. I swear I'm having deja vu, you guys, because these colors look so similar. I will say, however, I really do enjoy the formula of the liquid lipsticks. They are very comfortable on my lips. They're very thin, not thick or cakey. They almost leave like a little bit of like a powdery finish on the lips, which I kind of prefer than having like a sticky tacky type of finish. The lip gloss itself, I could take or leave it, but it is a set, so unfortunately you can't pick up the colors individually. It's just all or nothing. So I'm a little bit torn on the lip products, because if they had done like a bright pink or a different shade of liquid lipstick, this would probably be my favorite product out of all of the products from this collection, but I just don't know why they made that decision to make that color so similar. And finally, the little puff here, I think it's very, very cute. However, it just really doesn't give off that much shimmer or that much sparkle. I mean, you can definitely see a little bit of it, but it's super, super fine, and I feel like it fit the theme very well, but I don't really know how often I would use this product. Plus, it's kind of hard to tell how much, you know, shimmer product is actually in this. You can get it for $4.99 individually, but for me, this is another product I would say skip on. So unfortunately, you guys, I kind of have to say this was a little bit of a flop collection for me. As far as everything that I would skip on, I would definitely probably skip on the little puff here. I don't really think it was that necessary. The eyeshadow palette I wasn't impressed with. The eyeliner color choices I wasn't impressed with. If they would have switched that up a bit, I would have, you know, probably really liked those. The lip colors, I'm kind of torn with that one, because I do like the product itself, but I don't really like the color selection that they chose. And the blushes probably tie for my second favorite. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram. Link is below. Until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.